Have you ever felt like your creative spark was gone? I remember when I was in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, like trying to figure out what I wanted to do when I left my full time job, I was full of ideas. I had lots of like big picture ideas, but also the little things in between, like the smaller details, just flowed from me. So, in this video, I'm going to give you three, to get that creative spark back, plus some quick wins you can use if you're kind of like in a jam and you need to try to get some things flowing. All right, my first one is journaling. I love journaling, okay? I've been journaling consistently for about 8 years now. And this is what I mean by consistently. It's like weekly. There have even been times when I have a lot on in my life, like personal stuff that's very uh, emotionally consuming, like when my dad was was in hospice, or when I was going through my mastectomy and my surgeries with that. There could be weeks in between, but typically weekly, not daily, because I did try. I found like when it's this pressure to like, oh my god, I have to do it daily, that it starts to feel more like a chore, and then you have this guilt if you don't do it. So my premise became almost daily, and I'll show you where that comes into play in a few minutes. um, so yeah, journaling. So like I said, it ebbs and flows, but when it flows, it flows. There are days when I'm just like I like to do gratitude at the very minimal. It's like the least I'll do. Three things I'm grateful for and one goal for the day. And these goals they're not like high level goals. They're like I haven't folded the clothes that have been sitting in the dryer for, the last 3-4 days, and today's the day they're getting done. So that's my one goal. Get the clothes folded. And that makes me do it because I'm like, yes, I checked off my one goal for the day. Is that the only thing I get done in the day? No, but it's something that's just an example. Or like make that doctor's appointment that you keep putting off. Call the air conditioning guy. Whatever, the things that you just tend to procrastinate on. That's typically what it is. Um, Today's goal was to make a video, and here we are. So, okay. So, yeah, it ebbs and flows, but when it flows good. And I will let you know later on in the video, something that helps it flow even better. But yes, I find that when I'm in flow state and I'm just writing about things, ideas will pop into my head. Um, the other place the ideas tend to pop in my head are in the shower and on walks. Those are just some bonuses for you. I don't know why. And I hear a lot of people that happens to in the shower. So think about that. Think about why that might happen, right? The next way that I have found helps spark my creativity is to scroll less. I've really dialed back on the amount of time I spend on Instagram. It's always been my place of place of choice, a choice of place, my place of choice. I don't know. So Facebook on there very rarely. It's not even on my phone anymore. Hasn't been for years, but I check in every now and then because I have groups that I like on there. Um, and then TikTok, same thing. I don't have TikTok on my phone, and don't look at it at all. And so those, Instagram was always my favorite. And last year I really felt frustrated by the scrolling, and I was like, this is not living. Like I'm literally just staring at the screen watching other people in a very different way from like a movie or a good TV show. So, okay. The other thing is it breeds like a competitiveness in me, and maybe it's not like that for everybody, but in a competitive, and I'm talking about this in a business way, like I'll see other coaches doing, that do what I do, and they're killing it on Instagram or something, and it just makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong or that they're doing it better, whatever it may be, but I don't like the feeling it gives me. I did wind up, I listened to other people, they say don't follow the people who do what you do because of that. It can hinder your creativity because you're just too consumed with them and comparing yourself to them. So that hurts. Also, like getting ideas based off of what they're doing. And if I try to do somebody else's idea and make it my own, it never really feels like my own and it doesn't feel like me. So that kind of dulls my creativity too. Um, and then I think less scrolling means more life. So the less I'm on my phone looking at it, I am doing other things. I'm reading, I'm talking to a friend or one of my daughters, or I'm outside, or I'm playing with my dog, walking my dog, exercising. Like I'm doing other things than just looking at my phone. And just looking at this little screen too, just to me gets aggravating. Like when I consume YouTube, most of the time it's on my big TV. That's how I like it. And if I'm really interested in like comments, then I'll go on my phone to see what other people had to say and that kind of thing. But yeah, less scrolling. So I said I would come back to the almost everyday journaling. I designed and created a journal. I'm going to do a little shameless plug here called the Almost Daily Journal. I did this maybe 2 years ago. It's on Amazon. I'll leave the links in the show description. It has the 3 things you're grateful for at the top. Then it has your one goal for the day, and then it has the journal entry section. If I'm not feeling inspired to journal, I get the 3 things I'm grateful for written down because it really makes me think and reflect on my life and the things that I am grateful for. And then the one goal for the day, which helps kind of give me a focus of the day, I think the thing that has to get done. Moving on. The next thing that I find helps spark creativity for me is fun. And if you've watched my other video, which I will link here, my goal is to have more fun this year. My word of the year is fun. I think when I think about having more fun in my life, it means getting outside of my house, out in the wild, and experiencing new things, learning new things, meeting new people, or just being with the people that are already in my life more. And then also travel. Travel to me is my favorite way to spark or re-spark my creativity, to get me in this frame of mind that allows me to like just see possibilities and have ideas. And I think that has to do with being outside of your normal routine. A lot of times you're out of your comfort zone if you're going someplace new, or out of your country, and it just kind of unlocks something that, I don't know, it's like all of my senses are heightened and you're just soaking in all of this newness, right? And so how can you help but have ideas from it, or have new ways of thinking, or new possibilities that you now see? Travel more. I can't say it enough. I can't do it enough. Okay, and so some quick wins if you're in a rut today, right now, or ever in the future. These are things you've probably heard of before, but they work. If you're feeling really stagnant, fresh air, sunshine, go for a walk, get outside, touch grass, close the screens. And I'm guilty of that as well, like just sometimes I'm on my computer all day for work. And yeah, I close the computer, walk out in the grass with my dog, and just kind of like breathe in the fresh air, hear the birds, all those things. And it does a lot for you. My other thing that I mentioned earlier that would help with the flowing of the journaling is meditation. And these don't have to be long sessions of meditation. This is like, you know, 10 minutes. And I say this, like if if you're not a meditator, or if it's not your thing, that's fine. I know it's not everybody's thing. I've been meditating probably just as long as I've been journaling, for about 8 years. And I find that when I'm really able to just shut things down, I usually have some kind of meditative music on. I tend to not do guided meditations, but occasionally I will. Um, just the music or sound, and I am able to just really reconnect with something inside of me, or outside of me, maybe, that allows things to flow. And after I meditate, I journal. And sometimes that proves helpful. Like, yes, you're not supposed, the idea in meditating is like, if the thought comes into your mind, you just kind of like let it go. But sometimes these thoughts are things that I'm like, okay, remember that because that was actually a good one. And then I go back into, the meditation. But yeah, it really does help. So try it out. Get, like an app like Calm. I'm sure there's some free ones, but I love Calm. And it is a really good way if you're starting out to help you kind of like put some training wheels on and try it. So it's my 2 cents. Let me know if one of these things connected with you to help you figure out how to get out of your creative slump if you're in one. Or put in the comments things that help you. I would love to hear them because I'm always looking for new things to try as well in order to get those ideas flowing again. Because sometimes, yeah, we just get stagnant. So, all right. That's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.